Let's see if this starts up.
As we go through all these builds, our goal is to get the engine running. Now let's talk about what I've got right here. Okay, let's talk about what we've got to make this whole engine startup thing work. We have a 5.7 liter 2001 Corvette LS1. I've flipped the intake manifold 180 degrees, redid all the injectors, wiring harness to make that work. Also had to come up with an adapter for the mass airflow sensor, and I'll show you some details on that in a little while. And then one of the biggest challenges was to take all of the wiring harness from the Corvette engine and change it in the ECU. I removed all kinds of wiring from the ECU for things like automatic transmission, the vehicle, the anti-theft device, all those things were removed, and the ECU was sent off and reprogrammed and put that all back together. Now all of the electrical for the engine is controlled by these 4 fuses. It has the master that gives power to the ECU, and fuel pump and everything else are all controlled by those 4 fuses. Then I installed 2 Honda Civic radiators. And those are all plumbed up, and so that gives me the cooling. From there, I had to have a gas tank. So I bought a 15-gallon Jegs fuel tank and got it all plumbed in. And that's got basically the fuel filter, the fuel pump, and the fuel pressure regulator have all been installed and plumbed. Had to have some power, so I have a battery, and I wanted to have a safety cutoff switch. So I've actually used a safety cutoff switch on the negative side. So now I can put the key in here, and now there's power to the car. If I don't want power, I just remove the key. Now, the positive side, down here, positive feeds this 40 amp breaker. It goes to this series of connections for all of the fuse, which I'll be connecting later on. Now, really to start the car, all I needed to do on the ignition switch was connect the ignition switch to constant power, key on, in the starter. There's some other accessory things I've already connected, but that's all part of this hot rod wiring harness. And then I have the drive-by-wire gas tank down there, and so I had to do the connection on that to make that work. So all that got me to the point where I was going to try to start the engine. Now, you'll notice down here that there's the adapter plate from Eric Martin, and that's bolted to an Audi 01X Transaxle. You'll notice that the linkage and the clutch lines are not connected. Now, this goes back to when we tried to start it. Brian suggested that before we actually tried starting, we should see if we could turn over by hand. We put a breaker bar on the crankshaft and tried to turn it, wouldn't move. So I did try hitting the starter once, and again, nothing moved. I talked to Eric Martin, and he said that actually Audi had developed what they call a gasket, which basically is about a 5mm plate that goes between the transaxle and the housing. And he says, go ahead and loosen the bolts, move it back about 1/4 of an inch, and see if that fixes it. I did that and turned the key, and it started right up. Great relief. So now I have to get that gasket, and it'll come from Europe, and there are a couple places in the US, but not in a big hurry to do that right now. So I thought maybe I could actually grind out where it was hitting inside the transfer case. Okay, now that the engine's running, I'm going to address the transmission problem. As you can see, we pulled the transmission back. So the next step is to measure the distance from here to the face of the flywheel. And then on the inside of the transmission, you can see that there are some areas that have already been kind of ground out. So I'm going to take the transmission out, set it on end, then take the flywheel off, and then set it on the axle or on the transmission shaft and measure that distance. And there will be about 1/4 of an inch I'm going to have to grind out. So I'll go ahead and do that, and hopefully I can put it back on in its original position. Clutch will work just fine, and we'll go from there. Okay, now that we've got this out, it was hitting here, so I need to grind that back. And here, take that back 1/4 of an inch. And then on this side over here, take that back. And we'll try it again. Now, get the transmission out. I had to cut the bottom supports off. I'll have to refabricate something that'll actually bolt on. Just another task. Pull the transmission out. In pulling the transmission out, I realized I couldn't get it out. Because down here, originally, this had been welded together. So I had to take that apart so I could pull the transmission back far enough, rotate a little bit to get it out. I tried grinding off what I thought were the clearance issues inside the transfer case, but it still didn't give me enough clearance. So I still have to get the gasket to make this work. But all in all, it starts right up, and very pleased with that. Now I'll put a link in the description below to a playlist for all of the different episodes on this Aventador build, and you can go through that playlist and pick out the things on the radiator install, redoing the wiring harness, installing the gas tank. All those things are separate episodes in the playlist. So very happy to have it running, and I'll move on to do more wiring and other things as I move on down the road. I need to connect the mass airflow sensor to the throttle body, like that. Now on a Corvette, which is a Corvette engine, the mass airflow sensor was much farther down. There was a tube that came down here like this. So now this needs to go up here. So Brian has a 98 Chevelle, or 98 Camaro SS, and so I thought I'd use, this was a device that he used on his car from connecting the throttle body to the mass airflow sensor. So I bought this, and it will go on here, but trying to get it to fit on here, it just would not go. And I used the heat gun and basically ruined it. So I thought there's got to be another solution. So I looked at some 4-inch silicone hose, and this will work perfect. Goes on there, and then this will go in here, except there was a problem that this is smaller diameter. So it means I'd have to build up some kind of a ring or something around here to make this fit. Is there's only some way to do that? Well, maybe a 3D printer, and if you did, then you could print something like this, and this would go in here, fit on here, and it would all go together very nicely. So I'll show you how that looks. So there you have it, the mass airflow sensor connected to the throttle body. Now I just have to shorten this connection. But there's 6 or 8 wires there that get shortened, and that'll plug in down there just fine. All right. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would, and be sure and turn on your post notifications. Thank you for watching.